Hey guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about open tuning on the guitar, particularly D open tuning, DADFAD. And what you're gonna basically do on your guitar is tune every string so that when you strum it, you get a nice chord, and it's a D chord. In order to do that, I'll show you just what strings you're gonna tune to. So your first string here, sixth string, is gonna be D. Fifth string A. Fourth string D. Third string F sharp. Second string A. And then your first string D. And you have a nice D. Now this tuning is pretty cool because you can start with some simple fingerings going all the way up and down the neck, up and down the scale in the key of D with just two basic fingerings, two basic shapes. I'll show you. And those shapes are, the first one, we're gonna call it the brick. And this is the shape that you're gonna use, the fingering you're gonna use for major chords in the key of D. So that would be G on the 5th fret and A on the 7th fret. It looks like this. We can get a good close-up of that. We call that the brick. The other fingering that you're going to use is for your minor chords in the key of D. E minor, F sharp minor, and B minor, and we're going to call that the wedge, and it looks like that. You're going to use these on the 2nd fret there, on the 4th fret, then up here a 9. Now these are basic fingerings. This is a basic version of how to play open tuning in this fashion. These are kind of pseudo chords. They don't have all the notes in them in some cases, and in other cases there's extra notes in there, some 7s, some 2nds, but it still sounds good. And that's what's cool about the guitar, is that you can add some of those extra notes in there, and it sounds good. Just use your ears, make sure it sounds nice to you, and I'm sure it'll work fine. Another thing I want to tell you about this tuning is that, I don't know if you noticed, but you can get this low drony D all throughout when you're playing, and sometimes that's not nice. Sometimes it's muddy, and it's, especially if you're playing with a bass player, you're not going to want to hear the whole time. So what you're going to do is just mute that 6th string with your thumb lightly, so it doesn't really come out. And just mute it. It sounds a lot clearer. It's a nicer way to play in drop D tuning. There's some variations on the fingerings I'm going to show you right now. So we talked about the brick, like that. If you want to fill out the chord a little bit, you can fill in that middle string there. If you want to emphasize the bass note, just get on that 6th string, and that's your bass. It works the same down for the minor chords. Here's the wedge that we talked about. You can add that note, and you can also add the bass note. Okay, so just so in terms of looking at a lead sheet or a chord chart, to make this comparison, this would be your D chord, your 1. This is your E minor, or your minor 2nd. Here's your F sharp minor, your G, your A, and then when you get to B, this is the fingering that I showed you here. You're really going to want to probably put your B in your bass, just so you hear that B. It makes it a legit B minor chord. So for some context, I will just play for you the chorus of Good Good Father using this tuning. and these fingers.
You're a good, good father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am.
This tuning is also pretty cool because you can pretty easily pick out a melody within the chords and add something nice or something interesting to your intros or your interludes. One that I typically use for Good Good Father is up here on your B, and I like to use just fragments of the verse melody in there for an intro, and it goes something like this. Another thing you can do with this tuning is play easily in the key of E or E flat, and you're going to do that just by adding your capo. So this is in D right now. If we put the capo on the 2nd fret, you can play in the key of E, and you just adjust up 2 frets everything that I just showed you. If you want to play an E flat, you put the capo on the 1st fret. It's like that. I hope this is helpful. I hope you have fun messing around with open D tuning. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of variations that you can play around with. If you want to look into artists that use this kind of tuning, look at Joni Mitchell. She's really the master at open tunings and alternate tunings, and she uses a lot of these same fingerings that we looked at today. Also, Mumford & Sons is a really good band that uses this tuning pretty frequently. So enjoy.